Okay, Jason Burch, AFB here with Salt Fork Armory Gun Shop, part 2. This rifle started as a plain black American Defense Manufacturing M4. As you can see, here it is, an M4. They make a UIC rifle, and the difference between the M4 and the UIC is the UIC has a really like a rougher design throughout the mag well, and the M4 has a more standard AR look. The reason why I went with the ADM is I wanted full ambidextrous controls, and I didn't want the shoehorned, the PDQ, pretty dang quick switch, and all that stuff. I wanted a rifle that was engineered to be fully ambidextrous, because when you're in a battle, if you are wounded or you need to shoot left-handed, you want to be able to operate the rifle and get it fixed. And if you've ever been to one of those classes where they make you fix malfunctions and what for, whether it be a bolt override, phase 2, phase 1, it sucks. It really does suck, and nothing will make you feel like a bigger idiot than having to fix those without ambidextrous controls. And what you realize real quick is there's a big positive of being ambidextrous. Now, if you're in that camp that, oh, ambidextrous rifle, well, that means that other people, blah, 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 they're going to be faster because they can use a standard rifle and blah, blah, blah. Well, I say bullshit. I say I can still use a standard rifle, but an ambidextrous rifle means that I can operate my rifle quickly, smoothly, which means faster for me, without ever removing my fire control hand off of the grip, unless I absolutely positively have to. And then how do we get faster? So much of that is the elimination of excess movement. And 2 companies make a ambidextrous rifle that I could afford, recommend. One was Radiant Arms, and I love Radiant Arms. I love their stuff. They make good products, but the problem with the Radiant Arms rifle, very well thought out, very well put together, but right now it is like unobtainium. It's like waiting backlog of 6 to 12 months. The line goes around the corner, and who knows when you're going to get a rifle. ADM's rifle is just as well thought out, a good design, it's proven, and it was said 4 to 6 week wait. I got mine in 3 weeks. So mine came as a flat black. Kobe Snyder and I, we took it over to the gun shop, and we Cerakoted the upper, the lower, the barrel, and the forend. We did a OD green. It was called Bombshell Green, but it was an OD green. As you can see on this, the controls, your bolt catch. This is your ambidextrous mag release. You have your ambi bolt catch, your mag release, and your forward assist. I went with the forward assist model. They do sell an upper with a no forward assist. I love the color. Came out great. You can still read all the stamps and everything. You can see the ADM. If I can get it to focus, right there. This is the way that it comes pretty much from ADM. You get the rear pivot pin. Of course, your detents come in your kit for your safety and your trigger and all that. For a barrel, I wanted to go something that would be accurate and longevity, but I also wanted something that was somewhat lightweight. Well, I chose to go with a Spikes Tactical FN 14.5 inch mid-length cold hammer forged barrel. I, like most shooters, have discovered that the mid-length gas system seems to give you the best overall performance as far as working the rifle between suppressed, non-suppressed, and also as far as the way that it doesn't slam or beat the rifle apart. As you can see there, we Cerakoted the rifle in all the necessary places and left the chamber and the threads uncerakoted so that we wouldn't have any problems with assembly. 14.5 inch mid-length FN cold hammer forged barrel. Very long life, very accurate. This is the same barrel that they put on the M249 saw. So very, very stoked about that. Next was a BCM M-LOK handguard. M-LOK is pretty much the way of the future. Magpul has adopted it. The U.S. military has adopted it. My understanding is it just simply between M-LOK and KeyMod. KeyMod was 2 machining processes. M-LOK was 1. I don't know if you can see. It is truly, you can still see the BCM there. If I get close and zoom in through the Cerakote. Like I said, I wanted a rifle with some color, some style to it. Next, this very much was what was affordable for me, but what was also what I could get, because right now, as you know, people are buying guns like the end of the world is coming. So I tried to go with reputable things. I wanted an ADM bolt carrier group, but the one that I wanted was out of stock, and where I could find it in stock was more money than I wanted to spend. So I went with Aero Precision. I went with all melanited stuff. Everything is melanited. I find that the melaniting, it makes your carbon easier to clean off than the phosphate coated, which is your typical mil spec. And the nickel boron, I had read a bunch of reviews where they were chipping off even your more expensive high-end bolt carriers. So I went with the Aero Precision melanized bolt carrier group. It is a full auto rated bolt carrier. I did their A5 AR-15 enhanced buffer kit, and then I got the Aero Precision lower parts kit. I have no fire control group, no grip, just the springs and detents and all that, because I sourced all the rest of that stuff elsewhere. As far as the trigger, I had a loving relationship with Geissele from the Marine Corps, so I usually run Geissele triggers. I really do like their SSA and their SSAE line triggers. Being law enforcement, I'm not a big fan of having an adjustable trigger. I don't need a trigger that you can breathe on. I just need an accurate trigger with a first and second stage, a wall, and a great trigger pull, which allows for a crisp break, accurate shots. The Geissele triggers have never let me down. I had a Geissele G2S, which I call the poor man's SSA. It has everything the SSA does. It just has a few different machining processes. Still guaranteed it is Geissele. It is good as gold. I had it saved from a previous build that I took out. So Geissele trigger, it's like the G2S may not be the best thing, but it's right next to it. It's kind of like a tampon. As far as furniture, I went with a B5 furniture. I went with the Salt Mod Bravo and the B5 grip that match in OD green. The Salt Mod stock, the advanced enhanced stock is like $88, and it has storage on it to store batteries and miscellaneous other AR parts. Well, being that I am a policeman in Oklahoma, my car's there. I'm not going to be dropped in Baghdad, Iraq, or Kabul, Afghanistan, and not have any supply line. It just wasn't realistic. And for all you guys who are, 11 Bravos and 03 Kilomals in the Marine Corps, you know that ounces equal pounds and pounds equal pain. So I wanted to go with as light a rifle as I could make and still have, everything that I wanted without it being, because you get out there with some of those 10, 11, 16 hour days and those rifles get kind of heavy, especially now that I'm not 20 years old anymore. I'm also going to put a BCM CAG. It's a kinetic angle grip. This is a Travis Haley thing. It works as a hand stop. It also relieves some of the stress in the wrist and the forearm for your thumbs forward shooting. For the guys like me who've got long ape hangers, it just works for me. My arm goes to the same place every time. This is an M-LOK one. I actually have a tan one coming. I'm going to do a little tan with the OD green because BCM just doesn't make a whole lot of OD green. You can get it in only the KeyMod, and unfortunately that's not the way I'm going. As far as gas system stuff and things like that, I run a Yankee Hill suppressor, so I of course have a Yankee Hill, a mini muzzle brake, superlative arms, adjustable gas block, bleed off gas block, superlative arms mid-length gas tube. Just works. There's nothing, you can't complain about it. These guys are very law enforcement friendly. Can't really complain about that. As far as charging handle and safety, I got a Radian Arms Raptor and a Radian Talon safety. I think Radian right now makes the best ambidextrous charging handles out. Many reviewers on YouTube agree with me. I'm going to do a Troy T-sling with a ITWG wave lock hook in it for storage on the rifle when it's inside my unit, and when I'm teaching with it, and if I don't need the rifle slung. These are my B5 systems. These are basically M-lock. They slide into the M-lock. They keep the heat off your hands. They're really thin, really lightweight. They just pop into your M-lock slots. They're OD green. They were about $8.50 a package. Just gonna give them a shot. If I don't like them, I may go another direction. I have an IWC, as you can see, a mount slot direct attach mount. It's QD rotation limited, a Thorntail, and then I have a M-lock direct attach mount. As far as lighting, I went full out and got the new Surefire dual fuel Scout Pro in the tan. I bought the dual tail switch, which has the ability to press with your thumb or hook up a remote switch. And for a remote switch, I went crazy and got a Unity Tactical hot button with the M-lock attachment. It has a granulated bezel with a button that you push. There's no accidental presses. I love this thing. I'm very excited about it, and that's about it. Once I get the rifle together, I will show you a final video of the finished product all assembled, and then we may do a range video. Thanks for your time.